All right, so if you're running a business, you already know social media is a non-negotiable, right? But what happens when managing it starts to feel like a second full-time job you never actually signed up for? Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty powerful way to get your focus back where it belongs.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. Social media, it's not just a playground anymore, not by a long shot. It's become the bustling marketplace. It's where your audience is hanging out, where they're making connections, building trust, and deciding where to spend their money.
And that right there is the big problem, isn't it? I mean, you're already juggling a million things. Operations, creating your product, leading your team. So when you have to pile content creation, community management, and all that data analysis on top, it stops feeling like you're just multitasking. It feels like an impossible, high-wire balancing act. Okay, so let's get right into it. The problem, the job you didn't want. And for so many business owners, that's exactly what social media has turned into. Let's really break down why that is.
Come on, be honest. Have you ever felt that little knot of anxiety when you look at your Instagram feed and realize you haven't posted in weeks? Or that guilt when you see all those unread DMs piling up? If that sounds familiar, I promise you are not alone. It's just a sign that the digital side of things is starting to outpace your time and energy. Because, let's be real, doing social media right is so much more than just throwing up a photo now and then. You've got to be there engaging with people in real time. You need to create content that's actually valuable, consistently. You need a real strategy to turn those likes into actual sales. And on top of all that, you have to analyze the data to even know what's working. Each one of those things is a full-on skill. And here's why this is so critical. Look at this number. A massive 80% of customers actually prefer to interact with brands on social media. So when your feed goes quiet or those messages sit unanswered, it's not just a missed post, it's a misconnection. It's a potential sale walking out the door. The cost of being silent online, it's huge. All right, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. It's a massive job and the stakes are super high. So now, let's make that pivot. Let's talk about the solution, a way to go from just adding to the noise to becoming truly noteworthy. Because here's the thing, you absolutely shouldn't have to choose. You shouldn't be forced to pick between running the business you love and building your brand online. The real secret is finding a way to do both, and do them well, without one cannibalizing the other. So how does this actually work? How can a professional service take this massive weight off your shoulders and really elevate your brand? Okay, let's pop the hood and see what's really going on. Well, it's not just one thing. It's a whole comprehensive approach. We're talking about someone managing your community 24/7, writing content that actually stops the scroll, a real strategy for growing your followers, listening to what's happening out there, and using analytics to make smart decisions. Let's break each of these down. First up, community management. Think of this as having a friendly, dedicated brand ambassador online for you all the time. Your customers aren't just active from 9 to 5, right? So this makes sure that no matter when they comment or send a message, someone is there to make them feel heard and appreciated. And this brings up a really important shift in thinking. It's easy to get obsessed with what we call vanity metrics, just chasing a high follower count. But that's often just empty. The real goal is sustainable growth. It's about building a loyal community of people who are actually engaged, who trust you, and who eventually become customers. It's all about substance over surface-level stats. Next, we've got social listening. And honestly, this is a total game changer. Instead of just shouting your message out into the void, this is about tuning in and listening to the conversations already happening. When you understand what people are saying about your industry, your competitors, and your own brand, wow, you can spot trends before they take off, handle concerns before they become problems, and find opportunities you never would have seen otherwise. And finally, let's talk data. Data is the engine that makes this whole thing go. The point isn't just to look at numbers, it's to turn those numbers into smart decisions. By really digging into what's driving engagement, expanding your reach, and leading to conversions, a pro team can double down on what works and ditch what doesn't. It's this awesome cycle. Measure, refine, repeat. So after all that, what's the big payoff? What's the end game? Well, it brings us right back to where we started. It's all about reclaiming your time so you can focus on what you do best, running your business and hitting your goals. And really, that's the big question, isn't it? Forget the metrics and the strategy for just a second. Your most valuable, most non-renewable resource is your time. So, are you ready to take it back? I think this quote really puts it perfectly. This isn't just about handing off a to-do list. It's not about outsourcing tasks. It's about investing in a partner, someone who's dedicated to helping you build a brand that your audience genuinely trusts for the long haul. And at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. Let the experts handle the scroll so you can focus on the goal. It's that simple. Thanks so much for tuning in.